The recent rise of international air travel available to the public has necessitated heightened security, especially for the United States, the target of many acts of terror. How does the hyper-awareness of security play into current world conflicts surrounding immigration, such as the Syrian refugee crisis? Racist perceptions within America of Japanese Americans and Jews during World War II, as well as Syrians today, are examples of domestic concerns being masked by security concerns, which explains tight immigration and America's hesitation to get involved in external conflicts. Syrians in America are faced with racism every day, largely reflecting the overall American view of Syrians and explaining why a minuscule percentage of refugees are being let into the United States. The tight immigration rules regarding Syrian refugees can be justified as security concerns, that among the refugees there will be terrorists migrating as well, since a majority of both terrorists and Syrians are of the Muslim faith. However, this justification is supremely racist, as it labels all Muslims as being possible terrorists. Amidst the Syrian refugee crisis, America has taken in next to no refugees compared to other countries. A possible explanation of this harsh reality is the racist view of Syrians. Isolating the handful that have actually been a part of terrorist organizations and labeling them as an entire people is racist to its core. This racism can easily be disguised as security concerns, for Americans are very careful when it comes to terrorists and not letting them into this country, especially in a post-9/11 world. Widespread anti-Semitism within America, ranging from the working class to powerful politicians, stifled humanitarian concerns regarding the mistreatment of Jews in Europe. During the heart of the Holocaust, a poll of Americans indicated that 53% were anti-Semitic, easily explaining America's lack of involvement in the war. However, what justified this racism as legitimate reason for not getting involved in Europe earlier? The date of this article, 1933, confirms that America was well aware of the horrors going on within German concentration camps, such as Dachau, approximately 8 years before joining World War II. What stopped the United States from springing to action to help those in need? Anti-Semitism was the driving force behind the United States' denial of thousands of Jewish refugees of the Holocaust, leaving millions to perish to the Nazis.
When the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor, our west coast became a potential combat zone. Living in that zone were more than 100,000 persons of Japanese ancestry, 2/3 of them American citizens, 1/3 aliens. We knew that some among them were potentially dangerous. Military authorities therefore determined that all of them, citizens and aliens alike, would have to move.
Racism towards Japanese Americans was pegged as security concerns, even by the American government, as shown in the past video. These so-called concerns led to Japanese internment and the overall mistreatment of Japanese American citizens by forcing the Japanese population into internment camps. How could Americans be doing what their enemies, the Nazis, were doing, by putting an entire race of innocent people in dehumanizing camps? This is another example of domestic concerns, or racism in this instance, running rampant through the veins of Americans, causing them to do atrocious things. Racism so clouded Americans' view of the Japanese, both immigrants and naturally born citizens, that many believed that the Japanese had to be spying for their own country, that their loyalties could never lie in the United States, a country where many of them were born. Even through clear historical evidence presented in the cases of Jewish refugees during the Holocaust and Japanese internment, America has only accepted 2,174 refugees as of November 2015. It is clear that in both these historical situations, the primary reason refugees were not being let into this country and treated well was internal racism. The current Syrian refugee crisis is exposing the racist side of this country, which is affecting America's ability to give millions of people in need a home.